So I'm here to give you another Aquaponics update on the beta balcony system. So some of the things I've done is I have updated the plumbing. So if you come into the fish tank here, here is the overflow that goes into the grow bed. This is the overflow from the tank. It's 1 inch. They used to drop directly into my sump down here. That's the sump. Instead, I now have it plumbed to go into this filter box. So it directly overflows from the tank into this filter box, and the filter box will overflow into the sump tank. And it's a very simple filter down there. Basically the water gets plumbed all the way down into the bottom, so all the particulate and stuff ends up at the bottom, and then at the top is the overflow, so it basically overflows into the sump. I did that such, eventually I'll put in some filters actually in there, some type of media filters to hold the particulate, but whenever I had cut all the plumbing and stuff, there's some little white pieces. You could probably not see them, but there's little white pieces down at the bottom of the tank there, if you can see. So in order to filter some of that stuff, I'll just stir up the tank, let it overflow, and then it all ends up at the bottom of this filter tank. What else I've done? I've also plumbed both the overflow from the filter and then the sump tank dump to go directly into, the grow bed dump directly into the sump tank. I have it plumbed such that the PVC goes to almost to the bottom of the sump tank. I did that because it cuts down on noise. It adds a little bit of aeration to the system, but it's mainly noise to stop, because we leave the door open to the balcony, and whenever it's dumping the water, it's actually really loud, so it's kind of distracting when you're watching TV or something. But if you do plumb either of your overflows to go into your sump tank and you have PVC down at the bottom, you need to punch an air hole in it at some point. Otherwise, the bell siphon won't be able to evacuate the air in the center. So what happened is, if you don't punch a hole in the PVC that goes down to the sump tank, the bell siphon here will just start floating up. So it'll float up higher, and actually your grow bed will fill up with water. So you have to have a way to evacuate that air. So it needs to be a hole. There's a small hole drilled in the pipes, both of those, right at the top of the sump tank. So it adds a little bit of aeration. It cuts down on a lot of the noise. So the system's actually fairly quiet now. And those are the updates.